Right now, the universe might be splitting into countless parallel universes, each one with a new version of you in it. You probably thought the multiverse was just something from the movies, but quantum mechanics tells us it really could be true. Even crazier, this weird quirk of physics has led some people to believe in quantum immortality, a theoretical way to live forever. By the end of this video, you are going to understand quantum mechanics better than anyone else you know, and what you learn might just keep you up at night. Why physics was broken. To understand how parallel universes could be real, we have to look at a deeply puzzling problem from the 1920s. In classical physics, everything is exact. We can measure exactly how fast a rocket is flying, or exactly how much you weigh. Everything has a definite and measurable value. But in quantum mechanics, everything is instead measured with probabilities. Physicists use something called a wave function to figure out the probability of a particle's location or state. Originally, scientists like Niels Bohr and Werner Heisenberg explained this through the Copenhagen interpretation, claiming that the wave function collapses into just one definite result only when it is measured by an observer. This felt incredibly weird, prompting Albert Einstein to famously argue that God does not play dice with the universe. It also inspired Schrödinger to propose his famous cat experiment, pointing out how ridiculous it was for a cat to be literally dead and alive at the same time just because it hadn't been observed yet. A better understanding of many worlds. In 1957, a 27-year-old physicist named Hugh Everett proposed a radical solution that changes everything: the many worlds interpretation. He asked a simple question: what if the wave function never actually collapses? Imagine an electron that can go either left or right. Instead of an observer forcing it to pick one path, our universe splits, or branches, into two very real universes. In one universe, it goes left, and in the other, it goes right. But if reality is constantly splitting, why don't we see a blurry mess of overlapping universes? The key to understanding this is a breakthrough from the 1970s called decoherence. When a delicate quantum system interacts with the messy real world, things like atoms, light, and temperature, it becomes unavoidably entangled. Decoherence locks each possible outcome into its own non-interacting world. The multiverse is formed, and your consciousness is simply a passenger riding along one of these infinite, non-overlapping paths. Quantum computers and immortality today. The many worlds theory is rising in popularity, with about 20% of the physics community endorsing it. Some physicists, like David Deutsch, even argue that modern quantum computers are indirect evidence of this multiverse. When a quantum computer performs incredibly complex calculations, Deutsch suggests those classical computations are literally being performed simultaneously across parallel universes. If this is true, and the universe is constantly branching to create new versions of you, do we ever actually die? Take a terrible accident, like a car crash. In one branch, you die, but in another, you survive. Believers in quantum immortality argue that your consciousness navigates this branching, living on in the universe where you survive, while the other version of yourself dies. Hugh Everett himself is said to have firmly believed his theory guaranteed his immortality, trusting his consciousness would follow whichever branch did not lead to death. So perhaps those near-death experiences we all remember are really just branches in the quantum multiverse, where we just so happen to survive in one of them.